So before I get into this video, I just want to say that I don't really like making tip videos because I don't feel like I'm good enough at what I do to give advice. But I am a Twitch partner and I am technically in like the top 0.25% of Twitch when it comes to viewership. So that's why I felt like I could make this video. And just so you know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So sorry if I come off as a Debbie Downer. So I've been a streamer for about 4 years now, but I've only been making money doing it for about 9 or 10 months. But I don't think people understand how much really goes into being a streamer. So today I hope to answer the question, should you be a streamer? Because I'll tell you right now, it is definitely not as easy as it looks. So right now, I stream about 5 or 6 days a week for about 1.5 to 2 hours at a time. Sometimes 2 streams in one day. And I get asked 2 questions a lot more than others. The first question I get is, what G Fuel flavor do you recommend? And obviously this video is not about G Fuel, but definitely use G Fuel code DannyD for 10 to 30% off at checkout. But the second question I get asked a lot is, any tips for being a streamer? And the first thing I always say is make content. Do what I'm doing right now. Getting your setup situated so that you can stream video games and people could come watch and chat, while being a little complicated if you've never done it before, is really the easiest part. It's getting people to come actually watch you that is probably the hardest thing about being a streamer. And so now you might be wondering, how do I get people to come watch me? And that's a question that I'm still trying to answer for myself. But I can share what I've learned along the way. Now, I do have to admit that a lot of the stuff I'm about to share with you, I've learned from Harris Heller over at Alpha Gaming here on YouTube. So if you guys want to know about specific things that I talk about in this video, I highly recommend that you go check out his channel, because while I'm going to discuss this topic, I'm not going to really get into too much detail about specific things, like how to set up OBS, how to pick a camera, how to do all kinds of stuff that you would need to figure out before you can successfully stream. Now, I do want to go back to the beginning of my journey. That way I can better help you understand where I'm coming from. So to do that, I gotta talk about one of the greats. Now, I want to say about 5 years ago, my little brother, who you know as Cool Ranch Chris, introduced me to the 2-time. And I was hooked. Not only was this guy good at video games, but he was hilarious and fun to watch, and sometimes I would donate $5 just to get him to read something that I typed. And when he did read my comments, it felt awesome. It felt like I was included. And with tens of thousands of viewers watching and typing in chat, it felt that much more awesome. But you have to understand that Dr. Disrespect didn't just become what he did overnight. He's been doing this for like a decade. Like I said, I've only been streaming for about 4 years now, but figuring out how to get people to come watch really didn't click until about a year ago. But watching the doc do what he did made me realize, hey, when I play video games, why not stream it? Because not only do I enjoy playing video games, and you know, I spend a lot of time doing so, but if I could make a little money on the side doing it as well, it was a win-win. I mean, come on, who doesn't want to make money playing video games? And like I said, it wasn't that simple. And for 3 years while I was in the military, nobody watched my stream. It wasn't until I was getting out that I stumbled upon Alpha Gaming. And it was Harris Heller's videos that helped me understand that streaming is all about discoverability. How can you make people discover you and then want to come watch you play video games and chat? Because if all you do is live stream and play games, nobody's gonna find you. And that is just a harsh reality. If you don't believe me, just click one of the top games on Twitch and change the setting to lowest viewers to highest viewers, and you'll see how many people are streaming to no one. And I think it was Harris Heller who said something like 99% of the streamers on Twitch are streaming to 15 viewers or less. That is insane. And I remember when I was trying to get affiliate, it seemed impossible at the time, until I stumbled upon TikTok. And while I think the platform's become a little more saturated and a lot harder to stand out on, TikTok is still a really good platform to show that you stream. But now if you pick a hashtag on TikTok such as gaming or streamer, you'll see just how many people are on there trying to promote their stream. And so there was definitely a certain point on TikTok where I hit a ceiling because I was only promoting my stream. It wasn't until I started sharing my personality showing my interaction with my family, and really showing what goes on behind the scenes as a streamer, that I got to that point where I could apply for partner, and eventually on my second try, I made Twitch partner. But you have to understand something. Social media comes in waves. There's always going to be ups and downs. There's going to be highs and lows. You're not always going to be sitting at that peak viewership. I mean, look at Ninja. A lot of people say that he fell off, but he still streams to like 7,000 viewers. I don't know about you, but I would love to be able to do that. But I've always heard stories that back in the day, Ninja would bring his setup with him whenever he traveled so that he could still stream. And a lot of people would look at that and say, well, that's too much work. And if you're saying that to yourself, you shouldn't be a streamer. And I know that might come off as harsh, but seriously, if you're thinking about all this work that you have to do as far as promoting yourself on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, and you think that's too much work, you're not going to do well as a streamer. If you're going to be constantly fighting yourself to get up and do something to promote your stream, you're going to have a really hard time growing. And if I were to go back and tell myself how much work it was going to take to get to the point where I am now, I might decide not to be a streamer. And I'm not complaining, I know what I signed up for. I'm just being transparent and letting you know that it's one of those things where you're either really going to want it, or you're just not going to put the effort in and waste your time. There is no such thing as full-time streamers. To be a quote-unquote full-time streamer, you also have to be a content creator. And it doesn't matter what big streamer you look at, people such as XQC, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Disrespect, they have YouTube channels and TikToks where they're putting out content that shows how much fun it is to be in their streams, or shows just how goofy of a personality they really are. And the sad reality is, not a lot of people are willing to do that, and not a lot of people are gonna do it enough to get good at it. I still struggle with trying to figure out where to go with content. I think I'm a terrible streamer. Sometimes I sit there and I wonder why that many people are watching me. I think my peak is somewhere around 10,000 concurrent viewers, but these days I struggle to maintain around 200. And believe me, it's not getting any easier. To stand amongst this huge crowd or sea of people that are all trying to play video games for a living, you really have to put in a lot of effort, and if you're not willing to, you might as well not even try. And I don't want to end this video being super negative and sounding like a Debbie Downer, but you have to realize that everybody has something that they're passionate about, and they want to do so much that they will do anything to make it happen. For me, it's not streaming. For me, it is being an actor. I want to act in movies, television, and that is one of those things that, again, is very hard to do and requires a lot of work that most people just aren't willing to do. That's why I've been taking acting classes. That's why I've been watching videos. I've been doing mock self-tape auditions for class. I just finished a 1-week comedy improv show where I literally went and tried to be funny with a group of people, which for a lot of people would be too uncomfortable. So maybe streaming isn't something that you're that passionate about, but there might be something else out there, such as acting, that you're willing to put that work in for. Now, there are those people who love streaming and gaming just as a hobby, and they don't care how many people are watching, and if that's the case, that's fine. And at some point, I'll probably do a part 2 of this video or go into a little more depth based off of the comments, because I feel like some people might be a little upset. But you have to understand that the only reason why I am doing what I'm doing is because I got out of the military, I had no way to make money, and because I had just decided to move in with my girlfriend who had a son, I needed to do something to support us. And if I didn't have my back up against that wall, I would have never put in the effort that I put in to get where I am now. That goes with anything. I've recently got into finding quotes that help describe what I'm saying, and there's a couple that stand out to me. One of those being, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way, and if you don't, you'll find an excuse. So if every time you go to stream, you find an excuse to not put in the effort that's going to help promote your stream and is going to get people to come check you out, why are you doing it in the first place? Life is short. Don't waste the time that you have on this earth doing things that you are not passionate about. Now, while I have said that I'm not super passionate about streaming, I'm passionate about content creation, and streaming is just another way to interact with people who watch my content. So I do have a place in my heart for streaming, but it is no longer my sole mission to make streaming my career. And another thing that I don't think people realize is that when you stream and you play video games for a living, video games don't feel the same. So if you enjoy video games because it helps you escape and it's something that you get to do to burn off stress, don't make it work, because work equals stress. And like I said, I want to end this video on a positive note. So if you want to be a streamer, if you want to be an actor, if you want to be a personal trainer, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a pilot, anything you want to be, you have to understand that it's easy to say that, oh, you know, those people just got lucky. But another quote that I've really been thinking about a lot lately is that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. If you're not prepared when that opportunity comes, you're not going to get that so-called luck. Whatever it is you want to do with your life, you have to approach it with the idea that it's got to be something you're so passionate about that you're willing to work your entire life to make it happen. And the only person that's going to make it happen is you. So if you truly have it in your heart that you want to be a streamer and you want to play video games for a living or chat for a living, there is just chatting, it is up to you to go out there and figure out what to do. Go on YouTube, go on Google, find the information, learn how to do things, learn how to make videos, learn how to edit, learn about camera equipment, because nobody is going to hold your hand and nobody is going to just magically show up and do it for you. The only person that is going to make your dreams come true is you. So I guess not only is this video about whether you should be a streamer or not, it is about finding something that you want to do with your life so badly that you will light that fire under your own ass and you will continue to throw wood on it to keep you going. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Not even me. Like I said, I didn't go into a whole lot of depth about what you actually have to do, because to me, this topic is more about what's actually in your heart and whether you should even take the first step. So please do not go out there and spend $10,000 on a streaming setup just to find out that it's not for you. And I go into other streamers' chats all the time and hang out when I can. Sometimes even when I'm just editing, I'll have a stream on. There is nothing wrong with just being a viewer. I stream because I have fun interacting with you guys, and it is a place for you guys to come escape from the bad shit that's going on in the world, and for you to take a break when you're pursuing that passion that you spend all this time pursuing. If you want to talk about this more, or you want to come hang out and escape from all that crap that's going on, definitely come hang out at my Twitch. I don't really have a set schedule because I'm pursuing other things, but I try to stream 5 to 6 days a week, usually in the afternoon or the evening. And my favorite part about streaming is the interaction with you guys. So don't ever feel like something you're putting in chat is a dumb question, and don't ever worry about what others think. It's time for me to go back and get on the grind myself, so I'm gonna end this video. But thank you for watching. As always, stay safe, be nice to each other out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.